the Dano channel. I am Dano, and today we're going to be talking about this cool thing. Don't look at my face. Look at this cool thing right here. It is a AppleWatch, custom designed AppleWatch. You can also see one right here that I did from back in 2019. It is a kind of datapad builders themed AppleWatch cover. And I've had a lot of people who've asked me and said, hey, how do I get one of those? How do I make one of those? So today, I'm going to teach you exactly, well, not exactly, but I'm going to teach you what I did. Because the idea of this is kit bashed. If you're not familiar with what kit bashing is, basically it's taking pieces from model kits, like this one here, this little TIE Fighter Advanced set. Initially I did one of these using an X-Wing and Y-Wing, like, combo kit that I got at Hobby Lobby. But there's all kinds of stuff you can use. Basically, you take model kit pieces, cut them, glue them to something, you've kit bashed. It's a Star Wars thing. They've done it since the beginning. The Death Star. Think about the Death Star. All those little panels and everything we saw on the surface of the Death Star, that's all kit bashed from model kits. So, using that same principle, back in 2019, right before Galaxy's Edge opened, there was a bunch of people online. I think Twitter was really where I saw them. And they started using the hashtag, like, droid, or datapad, not droid, I'm always thinking about droids, but Datapad Builders Club and Datapad Builders, and they would take their phone cases and put a bunch of Star Wars greeblies and little model kit stuff, paint it, and make it look cool, and it would be their Datapad case, because we knew we were getting a Datapad for Galaxy's Edge. So that was a cool thing, and back then I tweeted a little thing, I said, you know what, I'll see your Datapad cases, and I'll raise you an Apple Watch case. And this actually got quite a bit of traction back then. It looked a little different. Some of the pieces broke off due to sleeves and whatnot. But it's still pretty much the same case. It's a different watch band because the other one, after 2 years in sweat and washing, broke. But I want to walk you through kind of the process of how to do something like this and at least provide you with a shopping list so that you can get started on making your own. Now, the idea behind kit bashing is that everything's going to be a bit different. It's not like I'm going to tell you exactly what pieces I use to make mine, but more I'm going to give you the idea and point you in the right direction so that you can make your own unique, cool, and different one. Because these two that I have, they are different, but I'll show you some close-ups here. They are completely different. And I also went ahead and I photoshopped some watch faces that you can use with the Apple Photos app that work really well. So, let's get into the shopping list. These are some of the things you're going to need. I already showed you a couple of them. Some of the model kits, there's another one there, ATM6. We've got the TIE Advanced TIE Fighter set. We've got the X-Wing. Another thing that people will use sometimes, I've got them back here. These are tanks. I got this at the hobby store, like Hobby Lobby or one of those stores I got there. And this is another one that you can see some pieces that I used. Another one, Blockade Runner and Millennium Falcon set. Now some of those pieces went on to my newest one, so that's pretty cool. You're going to need super glue. I use this Loctite gel stuff. Works pretty good. And I like that it has these little squeeze bars on the side that you can, like, control how much comes out. Because some super glue comes out and it's just like, it's a mess. This gel stuff works really well. Now, in order to make this happen, you will need something like a bumper case. Now, I found these on Amazon. Notice how it's like a weird language. I've bought like 3 or 4 of these now. And they run sometimes like $5 or $6, sometimes 10 or 11. So kind of shop around. But one thing, when you're buying one of these bumper cases, that's what it's called. It's an Apple Watch bumper case. And some people ask, will this work with a Samsung or whatever other brand? Possibly, if they have a bumper case with a good enough surface. But you gotta look on Amazon. Now, I gotta mention, any of these links, I'm gonna put links to all of this stuff that I can find down in the description below and in a pinned comment. And if you guys use any of those links, you need to know that it actually goes to support the Dano channel directly. And even if you use that link and don't buy this product, but you end up looking somewhere else, searching for Samsung or whatever, and buying that, it still goes to support my channel. So it's much appreciated if you start your browsing sessions for Amazon on one of my links. But this is a bumper case. Now this is an important tip, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be cutting out pieces of these models. These little pieces. In fact, this little arm right here, you can see the ATM6 arm, kind of. You can see that one right there. The one that's missing is actually on this watch right here. It's this little corner piece. So you can get creative with this stuff. And what you do is you take your little tools. This is another tool that I use. These little nippers that came with my 3D printer, and I use them just to cut model parts. These little pincer, whatever, I call them nippers. Just because you little nip in the bud, little thing. You're gonna take your pieces, you're gonna glue them onto your bumper case, and then of course to finish it off, you're gonna want a cool custom band. For stuff like Galaxy's Edge, I go leather, so I'm gonna link to some leather bands. This one's a little bit different. Notice it's like thicker. It's kind of like a cuff. It's a little bit more. It's a little thicker, like a cuff. But you'll notice the one I'm wearing is actually, it's like a chain. It's like a Milanese loop. It's like metal. And so what I did is I took my cricket, and you can see some of the emblems there. I got the Chandrila Star Line. I've got Batu Bounty Hunt over on this side. I just figured that would work better, and coupled with the animated faces, not animated, but the different Apple Watch faces, and using the Apple Watch Photos app, I was able to put a lot of this stuff together. And it's actually, it's super simple. Again, what you're going to do is you're going to take these things, you're going to pry out your piece. You can use the little nipper tool. These things are really, really nice to have. I use them when I'm finishing 3D prints. But notice how quickly that came out? And now I have a decent little piece. And so I'll take my little watch band, and I'll figure out, like, where do I want to put that? And I'll figure out how I want to glue that on, and what'll make that look cool. And sometimes in the back of these pieces, there's these little, see how it's like a bumpy? I'll take my little nippers, and I'll cut it off. And I'll make it so it sits flush, and it sits right on the surface of the watch band. That way when I glue it, there's no weird things making it awkward. Now the next thing you're going to want to do, once you've got it all glued together, and you have all of your pieces set and glued on, you'll notice the colors don't quite match up because some pieces might be gray, some might be black, some might be white. Like, look at these X-Wing pieces are white. All these X-Wing pieces, you can see them in there, they're all white. So you want everything to look kind of uniform. What I found is that if you get an airbrush, that's what I use as an airbrush. You can use acrylic paint too, that's fine. Any acrylic paint should work on this. And you paint it all black. When you paint it black, then other colors tend to show up better. Silvers tend to show up better. You guys can see on this one, I painted it black first, and then I dry brushed it with some silver, and it really made those details and edges pop out. So it's one of those things that's like, you know, you can play around with it. You can figure out what works best for you. Also, when it comes to the leather bands, you've got a couple options. Like what I did here is I used my Cricut to make vinyl stickers, but I cut out the sticker portion and basically made stencils. And then I airbrushed over the metal, because this is a metal watch band. I airbrushed over the metal in white so that it would pop, or in silver actually, so it would pop and show the Chandrila Star Line for the Galactic Star Cruise, because I'm going on the Galactic Star Cruise and I'm super excited. And also Batu Bounty Hunt, because why not? And that also matches with some of the faces that show up on here. Don't forget my code. But there's a Batu Bounty Hunt watch face right there with Hondo. And again, I'm going to make... Actually, I've already made all of these available on Facebook. So if you follow me on Facebook, you've seen the posts probably. I posted this on TikTok too. A lot of people seem to like it. And it's just neat. I'm going to be making more of these watch faces. Maybe you can see that one. That one's got Vi Marati on it. It's a little message from her. It says, "Ignite the spark, light the fire." It says, "Captain, are you in position?" And it's just a cool little thing. I'm going to make more of these, and I'm going to put them into a folder. And I'll give them up for free, because, I mean, it's not my idea. Someone else made the watch face I found on Reddit. Actually, I found on Twitter. And I found on the Reddit, and then I found that it was on Twitter. But the gentleman who made the original ones, I basically took that watch face, gutted what I didn't want, and then put in stuff from the Disney Play app, from the Datapad, to make it match. I was like, this works pretty well. So I'm going to put up some more free ones. They'll be on shop.batubountyhunt.com. And guys, you can make this stuff fairly easily. Amazon links will be listed down below. You get your model kit, you get your little pincers, your nippers, and you cut them, you glue them to the watch band cover, which I've lost. I don't know where. You know what? The video's official. I felt something fall a little while ago. Oh. There it is. I dropped it. I don't know when I dropped it, but I dropped it. something hit my leg a little while ago, and I definitely dropped it. So it is an official Dano Channel video. You're welcome. But you're going to glue your pieces to the outside of the watch case once you've got them all glued. And again, you don't got to go crazy. You'll notice on this one, take a look at that. There's some gaps. This corner up here doesn't have much. So I didn't go too crazy. But then I painted it all black, let it dry, was patient, painted it all silver, and then I hit it with the detail brush. And that's it. I just got a couple colors in the detailed parts. Now for this one, I did add the little satellite, which is cool. That's actually the satellite from a Millennium Falcon. There's a Mubo's Droid Builders Club. You guys can get some really cool detail there. And you can see it's not perfect. Look how that sits kind of weird off to the side there. It's not perfect. And that's okay. And you can get creative with what pieces. These up here were 2 different random pieces that I just kind of glued together. They don't even sit flush. I just was like, that's a cool piece from the tank set. There's another piece. Get creative. That's the point of this, guys. I hope I've shown you the way. I've inspired you to do this. I'm going to make one more for me using some of these pieces. But now that you guys know what my process was, because that's literally it. That's all it was. That's it. You glue them, you paint them again, you detail them. And I might add some details to this band. I can get I have a wood burning kit. The one I did back in 2019, I put in some Arabesh letters on this longer piece. I put in the little phoenix symbol, the starbird, and you got yourself a watch. You can do whatever. If I have a cricket, I can get iron on, and I can do an iron on symbol here, cut really small. All I'm saying is I wanted to give you guys this idea. I wanted to let you know what was up, how I did it. I'm going to provide the watch faces for free. shop.batu.bountyhunt.com. Link down below, as well as all the Amazon links in the world to all of this stuff to make your shopping very easy. Make it for a friend. Christmas is coming up. You know someone who loves Star Wars who would freak out if they had a custom watch band that nobody else had? Take 30 minutes out of your day and make something really cool. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope I've been the spark for you. And as always, don't be a move milker. Be the spark. And what that means is don't be a jerk. Don't be a ridiculous nonsense head like they all are on Twitter. I don't know why I went there. But be the spark. If you can inspire people to be creative, to do cool things, that's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully I've been the spark for you. But if you can be the spark for somebody else, then be the spark. Till next time, goodbye.